Hey everyone, this is Lolcohol, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some more quality of life features that you may or may not know about. A few of these come from the community, so in the cases where these came from the comments, I will put your name on screen. If you've got any other ideas or cool quality of life features you might know that are not included in this one or any of the previous two videos, leave it in the comments below, and if I do a part 4, then I will be sure to include it. So the first one, very popular, comes from many people. If you sell a stack of 5 Perandus coins, you will get a wisdom scroll. So each Perandus coin individually gives a scrap. So if you sell 1,000, you'll get 200 wisdom scrolls. This is even better than the blacksmith's whetstone and armorer's scrap thing. As you can see, I've got about 50,000, well 55,000 coins, which equates to just pretty much infinite wisdom scrolls. So that's a good one to remember. Another really useful tip is with Bestiary Orbs. So you'll see I've got this Bestiary Orb in my inventory, and to apply it, you would right click, right? And as you can see, that is not working. So what you might be tempted to do is to go to the menagerie. If you're in the menagerie and you right click it, it will work. But anywhere else, for some reason, it doesn't work. So what you can do instead is press H. This will bring up your challenges and league windows. If you open this and then navigate to the Bestiary window and right click, then it will work. Don't know why it works like that, but just a tip so you don't have to run to the menagerie when buying beasts in bulk. Another very useful tip for league start especially, if you put a Vaal Fragment in the map device and just hit activate, it opens a map to a Vaal side area. Vaal side areas at league start are one of the best places to get corrupted 6 links. They drop fairly regularly, so farming these up and using these as an alternative to maps is really nice. Another trick you can do with fragments, let's say you have a map. If you open this, you're going to have no mods and there's going to be 0 increased item quantity on it. But if you put in a Vaal fragment and then open the map, you'll see that for each fragment you add, it will add 5% increased item quantity. This is another way of juicing your maps before you're wealthy enough to get scarabs. Over here you can see it's 22%. I assume that 2% is coming from Zana. The other 20% should be coming from the fragments. Yeah, so each fragment is 5%. If you want to juice your maps up a little bit more, then use some Vaal Fragments. By the way, if you're wondering how does my map device have 5 slots, this comes from Legion. So the end game content for Legion is using these emblems. If you haven't done this before, it opens up a zone called the Domain of Timeless Conflict, where there are 4 armies fighting each other, and after completing a 4-way fight, it'll unlock the 5th slot in your map device. This allows you to use an extra scarab or an extra fragment or anything else that you can fit inside this hole. Heading over to Delve, if you don't want to have to click 15,000 times to buy all your flares, so if you click once, you'll buy 1, but if you shift click, it'll fill it up. Especially useful if you have, let's say, 15 flares, you don't want to click 15 times. Same for Dynamite, shift click, it'll fill it up. Another very useful tip for pretty much every build, but especially melee builds, is this always attack without moving. So if you don't have this selected, let's say I want to do an Earth Shatter and I click over here, I right click. My character is going to run all the way over there and then hit. So let's say there's a monster right in front of me. I don't want to have to worry about perfect click accuracy and have to click in the exact range so I don't move. Especially if I click far away, I don't have to run all the way there. If I go always attack without moving, I can just right click anywhere and it'll do the attack from that position. This is very important for, like I said, pretty much any build, but especially melee builds. This one is gonna save your life. Whee! Another useful trick, if you are an owner of a map tab and you want to search for maps only in a specific region, you can press Ctrl F, which will immediately select the search function. and let's say you want only maps in Valdo's Rest. You can type Valdo's and only maps in that region will be highlighted. So you can see, here's Valdo's, it's highlighted. Same for this. This will work for any of the regions. You can type turns and it will show you all the maps in turns end. Very useful trick if you are target farming, especially with the new expansion where you might want to target farm a specific zone. Just remember you can Control F and search for maps that way. While we are on the topic of using the search function in tabs, let's say you want to search for fire resistance. So let's say, okay, fire resistance. Let's have a look. This has got fire resistance. This does not have fire resistance. I don't see fire resistance on that. Why is it showing up? Same with this ring. This ring does not have fire resistance on it. So again, why is it showing up? The reason is that it searches for each word individually. So you can see this ring has got fire damage to attacks, but it's also got lightning resistance. So it's showing fire, it has fire resistance, fire or resistance. Same with this. It has flat fire damage, but it also has penetrates elemental resistances. If you want to search very specifically, let's say fire resistance, if you put this in quotations or inverted commas, it'll search for that exact mod. So fire resistance, you can see here, this has got actually fire resistance, and these two items are no longer highlighted. This can be useful for things like searching for map tiers and whatever, but if you are searching for a specific mod and then items that don't have that mod are showing up, just put it in quotation marks and it'll make it a stricter search with only those exact words. Now, you can also do this for multiple mods. So you can go fire resistance space, and let's say we want to search for life gained on kill as well. Life gained on kill. Now you can see it shows only the items that have both of these mods. So anything without this and this will not be highlighted. In this case, it's only these gloves. So only these gloves are being highlighted. The highlight items function is actually very powerful, so make sure that you are using it. And remember, you can just press Control F and it'll immediately highlight it. You don't have to go over and click it. While we're in the stash tab, apparently non-premium tabs can also be set to affinities. Now, I'm a disgusting whale, apparently, who doesn't actually own any non-premium tabs. So I didn't know this, but apparently you can set affinities on just normal tabs, which is excellent because you don't have to go and spend money on specific tabs like essences tabs and what have you. It'll work with boring old cheap tabs as well. If you're running around your hideout and you're using your Quicksilver Flask and you're exploring, your Quicksilver Flask will now be empty. Same with all your other potions. Now, you might go into a map to refresh them, but what you can do is actually just click on it, lift it out, and put it back, and it'll refill. Cool trick. The last tip for this video is a vendor recipe that's actually very useful, and this comes from a couple different members of the community. I'd forgotten about this one, but it's a great one. If you are low on Exalts and Divines and Regals, you can go to a vendor and sell a Mirror of Calandra, and it'll give you 2 Exalts, 5 Regals, and a Divine. This is really useful. I almost clicked it. Don't do this. Why is this in the game? Anyway, have a wonderful day, everyone. Bye. If you want to like and subscribe, that'd be cool. Thank you, and follow me on Twitch. Bye. Have a wonderful day. See ya.
Divine power! Divine power! It's branching, Exile. You're making me nervous.